Ni hao, I'm SunPayus, the AWPer of ENCE, and welcome to the ZOWIE Esports class. In this episode, I will teach you the major firearms in the game, the changes to each new map in the game, in-game utility and new skills, and some new variety of elements. About the patterns of the new rifles overall. I didn't test many of them, but yeah, it's a bit similar to CSGO still. So I think it won't affect too much. Obviously, what I heard about it is like you shouldn't crouch too much when you shoot, so maybe it's better to shoot like 5 bullets, and just keep moving, right? So don't like overspray too much maybe, but I think it's not gonna change too much. I have played some CS2 and I think the op is a bit slower than in CSGO, so that's why I think it's gonna change a lot. I think on T-side maybe we won't see that much AWPer, right? Like on CSGO, maybe it's even worth to play with rifle instead. So I think it's gonna change a lot the meta for sure. Mostly on T side. On CT side, I think it's gonna be stronger still. Like obviously to play the op is gonna be really good. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a different game, a different start of the game. Also, the AWPer is not gonna be as broken as it has been in CSGO. So yeah, it's gonna change a lot. Well, I would say, yeah, I think the movement is a bit different. It's worse than CSGO right now. It will affect the AWPers for sure. Like as I told before, the move of the AWPer is different. Like it's a bit slower, right? So you cannot pick super fast or things like this. So yeah, I think the movement is quite different, and you need to adapt to it in the new game. Well, I think right now there are some guns that are really good. Like for example, Glock is super good, Deagle is super good, you can shoot while moving. So yeah, I think they will adjust it. I think they will make some changes on it, because right now it's a bit broken to play some guns. And yeah, I didn't play every gun. I cannot say like some SMG is better than the other, but as I can see, like some pistols are better than others. So yeah, I think it's gonna be different also. But still, it's CS, right? Like you need to aim good, so you can kill the people. So yeah, we will see how it goes. Well, overall the new graphics, I really like them. I will show you some changes that they made on Inferno, and it's quite clear. But yeah, I think the new graphics makes like it a bit more realistic. But obviously CS is just a game that you don't need to make everything super realistic to be different, right? Like the main point of the game is aiming and trying to kill the enemy by having good aim. So let's check anyway the graphics of the map. As you can see, it's like obviously they changed it. The map, we didn't play too much on ENCE, the map, but it looks that the banana is quite a stretch, I would say. Like I think you can even, right now what I saw is that you can even with one smoke take banana and run, right? So it's gonna be funny to see the meta on this map in the competition. But yeah, as you can see, like the fountain this is like we can see our feet also, like our legs when we are playing, which is obviously a huge change. Who knows if they will put some new skins on the shoes or the trousers. And yeah, the water is super realistic. Like you can see when I'm running or moving, it looks like really smooth, right? So yeah, I think that's the main change they make for the graphics. Well, I'm gonna show actually my settings. Obviously this is what I prefer, right? But I can also like give some tips about what I would change. I'm gonna start with the monitor settings for sure. First of all, I play with the standard mode. Then I always remove the diag. I don't play with diag, but some people prefer it. I think it's a good option to have it. Then I go to colors. I put black equalizer into 10, so you can see like it's just a change of the colors, right? I just prefer to have it on 10. Then color vibrance, I put it on 12. I don't move this. I play with Game.2, yeah. And then on picture, diag off. Brightness, I lower it to 80, so it's not super brightness, so it's better for your eyes. And contrast, I put it until 60, so I can like good, the colors and everything, right? I don't change anything else. Sharpness on 5 and I'm on premium, that's fine, yeah. And these are my settings. Actually, I think I really like them. Like as you can see, like in the game, you can see everything quite good, right? Then I'm gonna talk about in-game settings. I think the default one will be the best on the CS2. I would play maybe a different one, but because I like to play on black bars. But yeah, I think this might be like the best thing to play when if you start to play CS2. I would recommend you to play on the default one. In advanced video, I would say like I'm gonna show you my in-game settings. I think they are really good. I would put always this option here, and also the texture filtering mode on bilinear. This is my preference for sure. But I think in CS2 the most important things will be these parts should be everything on medium or high, and yeah, everything else is just preference, right? The boost player contrast, I would say I prefer to have it disabled. But yeah, I think it's gonna be these video settings are quite good. Obviously, I think skyboxes are. It's gonna change a lot because obviously you can smoke whatever from whatever position, like from spawn as a CT or as a T. You can smoke everything, right? So it's obviously like a good point from in overpass, for example, if you wanna fake on A side from B to a wall of smoke or something, you can do it from B now. Like there is no skybox, right? So yeah, this is gonna be a game changing for sure. About the map, obviously, like changing the map and changing actually the spawns, right? It's gonna affect obviously me as an AWPer, because on CS:GO you were like if you have the front spawn as a CT or as a T, you could actually do a lot of picks, right? But nowadays on CS2 it's gonna be different. We need to study the game from the start, check new spawns, check how fast you can get to somewhere, to see if the T's or the cities have the advantage, right? So I think that's obviously the main point of the things, right? For example, now if you get this spawn as a city, there's a high chance that you can actually go and pick middle with the op. Just get a flash from a teammate, or just without a flash, you come here and you can just pick, right? And just try to catch any T player trying to run in playground. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a meta change overall in every map, because they changed all the spawns. So yeah, I'm gonna show you some wall of smokes. I think the T-side yard smokes are gonna be a bit different. We can still use the same lineups, or maybe the same wall of smokes we were using on CS:GO, but I think it's gonna be another meta, because now you can use 2 smokes instead of 3 to get to secret. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the walls we can do and how to approach, how to try to get an outside area with these smokes. So first of all, I will do the default smokes to cross to secret from red. This is the first one. And this is the second one, aiming here. Then you just need a teammate to do the entry smoke outside. So it looks quite good, right? No one can see you. Let's see how you see from the T side perspective. I think you can even see heaven if you are like here on the back. Yeah, you can see heaven, right? If there is any city there, you will catch him. So I think this is one of the good walls we can do also to approach to get to secret. So nowadays you need to be careful also on CS2, because the cities can nade you and they can kill you while you are crossing. So this is a good example, right? If there is a city here and he just nades you, you just need to be careful about it. So when you are in a situation when the enemy can defuse the bomb, obviously this utility change is gonna change also, like in post-plant situations, right? Whenever you are shooting the smoke, there is a small gap, so you can see through a bit. And also, if you have a nade, this is obviously the best thing you can do. If you have a nade in post-plant, you can exactly know if he's defusing or not, right? So it's gonna be really easy for you to read the cities and know if he's faking or not the defuse. The new smokes are gonna change actually everything, right? Because they spread more than on CS:GO, which means that maybe to go through some place. I think we can put also another example on task 2 here on long. You can maybe cross to A side from long without using 2 smokes like before. Maybe you can use only one and cities cannot see you. Let's check it. So if you have a smoke here, yeah, you can see like it spreads fully, right? Like there is no gaps, so it's really easy to cross long now. From a city's perspective, yeah, there is no gaps. Maybe you can boost here as a city, but still, it's gonna change obviously the meat of the competitive on the pro scene. I think it's gonna mainly depends also on if the smokes are still working, like the connector smoke, for example, on Mirage. It's gonna be the same, but obviously it's gonna change a lot the game plan because obviously the window smoke is good. It's gonna be really important for the T sides, but they have to now understand that you can nade and get a flash and peek. So obviously, I think it's gonna change a lot. Also for cities, if they are fighting middle, for example, if there is a city that actually jumps under, he's in under, he maybe smokes here or something, and then the T's did a top mid smoke maybe, right? Then you can just have a guy on window with a good lineup of nade and then get a flash from A side. So he's nade top mid, you molly boxes, he's nade top mid, so the smoke is not working anymore, and you pick from under with a flash, and you have mid control instantly. Like you can see everything, right? Because you have a nade here, you are coming from here, you have a molly behind the boxes, and yeah, you can pick everything. So I think it's gonna be quite different from CS:GO for sure. I'm gonna show 2 examples about how you can counter utility the T's, right? So first of all, let's imagine like the T's the smoke window and the smoke top connector, right? To try to go short, for example, right? Now it's really easy to have, for example, a AWP on A, right? Have a AWP on A holding here with 2 nades. He can just nade here, and he can hold short for like maybe 10 seconds, right? Because he can just nade again. You can check again short, and you can give the info to your teammates that no one is short. Another example you can do is quite easy. Is you have one nade in window, you have a teammate with a flash, or even yourself with a flash, right? So you can, for example, the T's smoke window, you wait a bit, and then you can you can just nade your window, ask for a flash at the same time. So you say flash, you nade window, you move a bit so you don't get damage, peek, nothing middle, guys. You give the info to your teammates, or maybe you kill, yeah, and that is how you counter utility. I think it's more realistic maybe because in the real life, maybe when you get a flash actually you don't hear anything and you are like quite disoriented, I would say. So obviously it's gonna change a lot in the game when you get flash and maybe they are shooting you, right? Because you are full blind and you don't even hear from where they are shooting at you, so you cannot, for example, random spray somewhere because you don't know from where the bullets are coming, right? So I think it's gonna change a lot. Obviously, when you get the flash are gonna be also like more impactful in the game, and obviously also the mollies, the sound of the molly is a bit different. So I think you just need to adapt to the new ticks. How when you are getting molly, then you have some ticks like boom, 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 boom. It's a bit different from CS:GO, but yeah, I think you just need to adapt to it, like play the game, feel it, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good, but I think the radar, obviously, like if you are gonna flank or as a T, if you are gonna go to somewhere exactly, like when you are flanking, you are now can understand better watching the radar when you have to stop running, right? Because you know, like if the city is in kitchen, for example, here on the cities are, if your team is going B and there's a city holding here and you are coming, for example, from window, maybe you looking at the radar, you can stop running here, right? Because you can see the circle, you're running, yep, you stop here, and now you can, like, you win, maybe like you earn like 1 or 2 seconds of timing, which is going to be really important. So I think this is also something that pros and everyone will need to learn. Well, I mean, the addition of legs, I don't think it's really important. I don't think it's going to affect too much on the competition, right? I think it's just a funny thing, but yeah, I mean, for me it's no. It's like I don't mind too much. It's funny to watch when you're running and it's weird, but well, we will see if it will affect or not. But I don't think so. I think it's just something for a bit different from the other CS games. Well, about the having binds to buy nades or to buy some specific gun, I don't think it's needed anymore because, as you can see, like it's quite easy here, right? To just get something like a Kevlar helmet if you want a flash too. If you want any gun, you can just click on it. So I don't think there is any need to get a bind to buy some gun. I mean, I think having jump throw or just having jump throw is really important. I have never used the the W jump throw bind because I can do normal jump throw and W at the same time with 2 fingers, so I didn't use it, but I think it's also a good bind. But yeah, I'm gonna show you some smokes and some things that you can use with the bind of the jump throw. For example, the top connector smoke, from here you need to have the jump throw bind. So if you press this, you aim here, right, and you press jump throw, normal jump throw, it's gonna smoke top connector with leaving no gaps. So you cannot see you cannot see anything, and as a T is gonna cover you everything, right? So you can actually go inside connector or just walk too short with this smoke. I think it's quite important to have the bind or use to have the jump throw and just press W at the same time, because there are some smokes that you cannot do only with the bind of jump throw. For example, the insta window smokes on Mirage. So yeah, it's quite important to also know some of the lineups. Like I will show you one lineup now, and yeah, I think it's really good because yeah, smoke window fast and rush out middle is always good. So you just need to have this spawn to do the you have a lot of spawns, right? But this one, for example, you need to aim here, right? Hold the smoke, then press your W jump throw bind. Yeah, it will cover the full window, so you can just go out middle, maybe do a BP flash. You go here, you aim here, you run, and you press your normal jump throw, so you blind everyone who is jumping out middle from window, and then you can swing with the smoke on window. Now I'm gonna talk about having the binds of the grenades in different spots on your keyboard. I think it's really important because as I'm gonna show it, it's always faster to press just one bind on the keyboard to get out a Molotov, for example. If they execute a on Mirage, it's quite easy to press. For example, I have it on space. People jump on space, but I jump on the scroll only, so yeah. You press the Molotov only, and you can do this. It's gonna be faster than if you have it on scroll or in the 4 and you are nade by nade getting the Molotov, right? So yeah, I think it's quite important. For every nade I have it also for the smoke, I have the V, and for the flashbang I have the X, right? So if I am in Firebox, for example, and my teammate from shore is saying flash middle, I just press X, and then I just flash middle from Firebox. So it's gonna be much faster than have to press twice 4 or scroll. Maybe it's not super precise. So yeah, I would recommend always to have it binded on your keyboard. Welcome to follow ZOWIE Esports class. It will help you to play like a pro. Remember to like and subscribe.